welcome to the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, show made for the fans by a fan. I am your host, as always, Richard Tiemann. This is the award-winning Fan Show. Thank you all for joining me. This episode is short and sweet. It is our kickoff special. The original idea was to just not have an episode tonight because the whole world will be watching as the 2018 NFL season officially kicks off tonight. The Atlanta Falcons taking on your Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. It is a battle of the dirty birds. Who can do it better? Nick Foles will be quarterback tonight, the Super Bowl MVP. The team that has done something that only Coughlin and Manning were able to do, and that was take down Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So, let that one sink in for you. Oh, my goodness. It's here, though. It's finally here, and we're excited about it here on the Fan Show. Obviously, this is not our busiest season, but it is a very busy season. Hope you all checked out thefanshow.com yesterday. Brandon, his latest fantasy advice, the guru himself, letting you know how to get your Week 1 lineup set, given everything that's gone on. If you're a Le'Veon Bell owner, of course, that makes you a little nervous. If you drafted Jerick McKinnon because you were one of those people that likes to draft while there's still preseason going on, I have little to no sympathy for you. But Brandon, he's got some advice at least to help you get through and help you cope with preseason injuries. So go and check it out at thefanshow.com. And of course, really the only headline today is that football is back. That's right, football is back, and Dynamite Enterprises, we are putting in an order for hats tomorrow, some more shirts. It's going to be great. I had a fantastic business conversation with him today. So hit up Ethan at dynamiteenterprises.com, or just visit dynamiteenterprises.com because it is just the best place to get your custom merch done, plain and simple. Really, I trust them to make the best quality product, and I feel like they deliver time and time again. So, Dynamite Enterprises, only headline today is that we do have football happening, but of course, with football means fantasy football. My first matchup in the ESPN League, the Fan Show, the one presented by the show, Fan Nation Fantasy Football League, the third annual one. I'm against the reigning, defending, undisputed 2017 Fan Nation Fantasy Football League Championship winner, and that is Mr. Producer Rob, or Leveland Rob, if you know him that way, like I do. He's my first opponent this season right now with our respected lineups. He is projected to beat me by 3 points, 115 to 112, and here's how the lineups stack up against each other. He's got, for quarterback, Mr. Tyrod Taylor, of course, a Cleveland quarterback. Why am I not surprised? Kenyon Drake at running back, Lamar Miller at running back, wide receivers Julio Jones, Keenan Allen, tight end Zach Ertz. His flex is Mr. Thompson from Washington. His defense is Detroit's, and his kicker is tonight Mr. Jake Elliott of the Philadelphia Eagles. So he's only got two in tonight, Julio Jones and Elliott. So wide receiver and a kicker. I don't believe I have any playing tonight, and I kind of like it that way. I always get nervous about the Thursday night matchups, especially to start off the season. But my team, Drew Brees at quarterback, Kareem Hunt, Christian McCaffrey, Jarvis Landry, Marquise Goodwin, Jimmy Graham, Cooper Kupp, the Carolina defense, and my man, J-Tuck, Justin Tucker of the Baltimore Ravens. So we will see how that one comes out. There's also a battle for LA between fantasy or NFL Network darling Aaron Coscarelli and comedian Chris Cope. They face off in week 1. That'll be a lot of fun. And then in my NFL Fantasy League, the one that I'm commissioner of, the one I've been doing for the longest time, for the longest time, I go up against longtime rival Mr. Joseph Whitney, good friend of mine. Right now, I am projected to beat him 145 to 144. Holy crap, we've got a 1-point difference. His team, Tom Brady at quarterback, Devontae Freeman, Todd Gurley, Demaryius Thomas, Odell Beckham Jr., Mr. Cook, the tight end out of Oakland, and then Mr. Kenyon Drake at flex, and Randall Cobb at flex. We've got 2 flex, either a wide receiver and a running back, or a wide receiver or a tight end. And then he's got Mr. Lutz at kicker and the Bears defense. Me at quarterback. I've got Deshaun Watson, Carlos Hyde, and Alvin Kamara. T.Y. Hilton, Stephon Diggs, Rob Gronkowski, Marquise Goodwin, and Delaney Walker. Kicker is my own Robbie Gould and the Rams defense. So it looks like we don't have anybody playing tonight either, so we will wait to feast on Sunday. Oh, he's got Freeman playing tonight, so we'll see how that one goes. Will he jump out to an early lead, a big lead? We'll see. He also had Carson Wentz. Obviously, he is on his bench. So that is Fantasy Week 1 for yours truly here at the Fan Show. And, every year with Kickoff, it's a little bit something special here in the household of the team and family, because there's another special occasion that comes up each year, and we're going to talk about that here in a moment. But, with the show, with the start of the NFL season, with the start of the fantasy season, I seem to always get hit up for fantasy advice, even though I tell people not to, because I feel I give terrible fantasy advice. I really do. But it comes with the territory of starting a podcast, especially one centered around football and one where I actively participate in a lot of fantasy football. So people ask me for advice, and the truth is, I don't know who's going to win. And you got to check out my bookie, though, if you think that you know who's going to win straight up. Remember, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. So that's why I tell people, you got to bet with my bookie, all right? If you're not a fantasy person, or if you are, but you also like to make a little cash on the side by making some sports bets, you got to do it through my bookie, all right? Lay down some cash and win big today. I would only recommend a service to my listeners that's been good to me. My bookie has been very good to me. Obviously, this is the second year that we've done a campaign for them advertising-wise on the show. And that's why I'm urging you to make your way to my bookie. You win, they pay. They have in-game live betting, the most rewarding player perks in the business. And for you fantasy guys out there, you can even bet the over-under on how many fantasy points a player will score each game. So join now, and my bookie will match your deposit dollar for dollar. Enter promo code F.A.N, F-A.N, to activate the offer. Visit my bookie online today. That's MyBookie, MyBookie. And don't forget to use the promo code F.A.N, F-A.N, when creating your account and claim that bonus. So with my bookie, you play, you win, you get paid. That is my bookie. All right, so go get my bookie and go get paid. Get some money. It's the thing to do, folks. It really is. It's a good thing to do. And another good thing to do is to remember the ones that you love, your loved ones out there. Because, as I mentioned, there's a lot of things that happen with NFL kickoff. So the Fan Show is going to turn 3 years old on the 10th. And we've got the 2018 season kicking off, but then there's also another anniversary coming up tomorrow. So this isn't one of those birthday calls. This is one of those calls to a very special someone in my life, and we're celebrating 4 years married tomorrow, my wife, D'Angie Tiemann, and so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to call her and see if I can get her on the phone. She's in the other room. So give me just a second here. And okay.
Hello?
I love you.
I love you too.
So we have on the show right now my wife. We are celebrating 4 years together tomorrow. And, honey, I wanted to call and say that I love you, and it's been the greatest 4 years ever.
I love you, and it's been a very wonderful 4-year experience with you as well.
I know. Every time that Kickoff comes up, it's like we're kicking off another year together, and it's always very special to me. I love the way that we got married and everything that we did, because with the NFL season comes another season in the team and household, and I don't think anybody does it better than us.
No, Mr. and Mrs. Rivalry. We always are turning heads and causing commotion.
Yeah, it's part of the territory around here. It comes with the lifestyle, which we live, and we live well. And I just wanted to wish you a happy early anniversary on the show, since there's not a show tomorrow night, so I'll do it right now. And that I love you, and I hope for at least another 4 years, but hopefully many more beyond that too.
Dude, you're stuck with me for a lifetime. You don't even get a choice anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, don't forget to set your lineups before the game.
I already did. I set them up yesterday.
Oh, she is my better half. She is Mrs. Rivalry, Danja Tiemann. That's right. She even took the last name, but I gave her a ring before the Seahawks ever got their first one.
Oh, shut up. I don't Stop. My team beat your team in the 2012 NFC playoffs, so I remember that game real well. Do you?
I try to forget things like that. Painful memories.
Just remember who bought you the shot of Fireball.
Yes, I know. But we have built a lovely little family here, and I always have one of the kids, seems like, in my lap during the broadcast, but wouldn't have happened without you, and the show wouldn't be as great as it is without you behind the scenes. And I wanted to say thank you, and I love you for that, and this show is for you.
Oh, well, I love you, and I love doing what I do for you. Behind the scenes is the perfect place for me. I don't think I could put my face out there every day. But you have a gift, and I am more than happy to support it. And I do all that I can to make sure that it works the way that you want it to.
All right. On to the next. I love you, honey, and happy early anniversary.
I love you too, and happy early anniversary.
All right. That was Mrs. Tiemann, Mrs. Rivalry. We do things a little differently here in the Tiemann household. So we've got about 15 minutes before kickoff. It was announced by Nike that they will be doing their new ad campaign starting tonight on the NFL's kickoff, featuring the voiceover commercial with Colin Kaepernick. So it has been quite the eventful week, very entertaining. I try to keep out of it as best I can, but man, I tell you, when you're a fan of things and you just sort of take a step back and just watch, people are interesting, to say the least. They're crazy, they can be vicious, they can be whatever else, but I mean, if you just step back and watch, you kind of get a better perspective on life and what's important. So, enjoy kickoff. And if you're going to boycott. No one's stopping you. It's your right as an American. And if you're going to protest, then protest. That's also your right as an American. But, I mean, you don't need to impose your views and beliefs on other people. And it's the beautiful thing about this country. So, look, if you're going to use that commercial as your bathroom break, then do that. It's just... life is too short to waste it being angry about everything. It's really the hardened truth about it. So, enjoy kickoff tonight. Let the games begin, as NFL.com states. We've got Battle of the Birds. Farouk Adelphia, my man from BattleBots, and he cooks, he scores. He's in Philly, big Eagles fan. Hopefully we'll have him on the show again soon. As far as the other headlines from around the league and around the world of football, the Quad City Steamwheelers, that's right. They have posted that they will be making a major announcement tomorrow. I believe that announcement will be that they are moving to the Indoor Football League, which would be a major acquisition for the league, because Quad City has quite the devout fan base, good following, and a great product on the field. So that would be a game changer, and it would also just prove what people already know, and that's the CIF might do a few things right, but not enough to keep the teams around and interested. The IFL has gotten it right, and so has the NAL. In all honesty, I believe both of those leagues are the places to be if you are a talented individual that wants to try to get back to that next level, or if you're someone who wants to dabble in maybe coaching or have a media opportunity, interning, or do game day operations. Like, those are the leagues you want to be involved in. I'm not saying that you're to be too good for opportunities. I'm just saying that if you had your choice, if you could set your sights on an opportunity to start out somewhere and launch yourself, springboard into that next level, arena football, the Indoor Football League and the National Arena League are the places to go. And I can say that with all confidence because those are the two leagues that I cover. I love both of those leagues so much. I really do. They are my extended family, plain and simple. So we'll see what the major announcement is tomorrow. Now, I predicted that Tucson would go CIF, and it looks like up until about 24 hours prior to their big announcement of going to the IFL, that they were planning on going to the CIF. So I got one wrong, and then I did say that Quad City, Omaha, and what was the third one? Quad City, Omaha, and Bismarck would go to the IFL. So Quad City could be the first domino to fall. And I think that the CIF is probably just going to lick their wounds and try again. But the IFL is the place to be if you're an indoor football guy, and so is the National Arena League. They have very good footprint after their first 2 seasons as a league, and I believe their quality of product is going to continue to get better and better. Steelers won't be rescinding franchise tag for Bell, and of course that's been the big, thing going on here is what's going to happen with Bell. Well, MJD says Bell should hold out until deadline in week 11. You're crazy, man. No way. I wouldn't do it. I was going to do 10 bold predictions again for this year, but I couldn't come up with 10. There's not enough left for there to be bold predictions really for the 2018 season, at least not enough that I feel confident in. I felt really confident in my 10 bold predictions last year. In fact, there was, I think, 7 out of the 10 that actually happened. One, I called the shot Babe Ruth style down to the exact week when Mitch Trubisky would get his official start for the Chicago Bears. I called that game, not just that week, not just that he would start at about a quarter of the way through the season. No, I called the game, and that was against the Minnesota Vikings at home. He did start that game. So there was a lot of stuff I was very confident about last year. Obviously, I predicted Dalvin Cook would be would lead the league in rushing as far as rookies, and then he got sidelined and Kareem Hunt did. And Dalvin Cook very well could have been in that conversation had he stayed healthy. But for right now, I think my 5 bold predictions are going to be rather simple. I think Shaq Griffin will be the Defensive Rookie of the Year, the new linebacker in Seattle. And I think the 49ers are going to finish 11-5. Ravens, being 5-0 in the preseason, will miss the playoffs once again. And I said that the Patriots would not make it to or win the AFC Championship last year. Obviously, I was wrong. But, man, I feel like they're just on borrowed time in New England. And that's not anything personal against that. It's just like you can only be so good for so long. And they've been so good for way too long. I mean, at some point, the rest of the league has got to catch up with you. Now, this Bell business, I don't know how well Pittsburgh is going to be out the gate, but they could very well be in fear of missing the playoffs because of this whole fiasco. I don't know how much Big Ben has left in the tank. I don't know if they're a good enough team still, health-wise. It's a tough sell for me. But the Eagles very well could miss the playoffs as well because the NFC East is probably going to be a tough division. I believe that Alex Smith will have a better season than Kirk Cousins. Minnesota will probably have a better season as a whole than the Redskins, but I think quarterback production-wise, Alex Smith will have a better year than Kirk Cousins, which is crazy, but I think with a healthy Dalvin Cook, they're going to run that rock a lot because their defense is what carried them so far through last season. Jacksonville's a big question mark. Do I think they'll make it to the playoffs? Do I think they'll go as far as they did last year? I think the Chiefs will miss the playoffs. So the NFC got a big shakeup last year as far as the playoff picture. We saw a couple of movements as far as where the power lies in the division. Vikings in the north, the Rams in the west. Now, with the AFC, I think this is their year that happens. So the Bills, I don't know. Will they make it again? Possibly. But I think both the Steelers and the Chiefs will probably miss the playoffs this year. Jacksonville will probably get back because there's not a whole hell of a lot of competition in the South for them other than Houston, and that's if they can replicate what they had with Watson last year before he got hurt. So there's a lot of question marks out there. I think Drew Brees and the Saints are probably going to be one of the top 2 seeds on the NFC side of the ball. So those are my bold predictions going into the 2018 NFL season. I do feel rather confident about a majority of those. So don't forget to check out all the happenings of the Fan Show. Follow along this season on the social media at Fan Show Official, which is your Twitter handle, facebook.com/Fan Show Official if you're a Facebook user. And then Instagram is the Fan Show, Snapchat is the Fan Show, and of course the home base for all of this, football nonsense and beyond, all the divisions, everything that we do here at the Fan Show, everything that we are fans of, is at thefanshow.com. Now, I was trying to think. There was a tweet going around that said, unpopular opinion, Undertaker or Shawn Michaels should stay retired. Yes, he should. He has been as well respected because he has stayed retired. Everybody wants just one more match. You give a mouse a cookie, he wants a glass of milk, okay? And I'm just a big fan of Shawn Michaels as the next guy, and his rivalry with The Undertaker is almost unparalleled. Really, any rivalry Shawn Michaels had was a good one because he was in it. Him and Chris Jericho, him and Triple H, him and Bret Hart. I mean, they were amazing. They were simply amazing rivalries. But him and The Undertaker are almost second to none as far as the product they put out there in the ring year in and year out. But no, Shawn Michaels should stay retired because we as fans respect him more for staying retired. Now, The Undertaker has... he's unretired so many times. My unpopular opinion, my hard pill to swallow, is that The Undertaker should have retired after WrestleMania 28. Yes, I was there at that WrestleMania, but man, that match was something. Hell in a Cell, him and Triple H, Shawn Michaels, special guest referee, and what a performance by all 3 of those individuals. Oh, it was spectacular. But WWE is oversaturated the wrestling market, which is why a lot of these independent promotions are doing so well. I mean, yes, they have phenomenal talent at their disposal in Ring of Honor, New Japan, and their story writing has been pretty good as well as far as the storylines that they've gone with. But man, Vince has flooded the market with WWE product. They're currently promoting 3 things right now. 4 things, actually, if you want to get technical about it. WWE is promoting 2 weeks away, Hell in a Cell, a month away, Super Showdown, and then about a month and a half away, Evolution. And then it was announced last night that there is going to be Season 2, or I should say Tuesday night, Season 2 of Mixed Match Challenge. And that's just, it's too much. It is too much. In fact, James the Sports Guy agrees. Right now, they're promoting 3 events at once. It's a lot. For me as a fan, I'm happy to see the business in a healthy state. It's good for everybody, more specifically all of us fans. And he's right, yes, but man, it's just there is so much going on. I don't know if you would consider that healthy, though, to have so many things going on. But this, they're promoting, and the worst thing is that they're not even letting like events really transpire from one event to the next before they're announcing matches. And it's like, okay, so is this going to play into storyline, or is this just a match to be a match? And that's part of the problem with events like Super Showdown and Evolution, is that how much are they going to play into the storyline, because they've really sort of bent the rules on the whole storyline thing. So anyway, that is your wrestling tidbit right there, and it is on the Eagles and the Falcons coming up in about 5 minutes. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick shout and do my due diligence here. I wish you all the best of luck for your teams, as far as if you're a Niners fan, an Eagles fan, a Patriots fan, or a Steelers fan. Best of luck to all you guys, except for Seahawks fans and Cowboys fans. And best of luck to your fantasy team. So as I say here every night on the Fan Show before I bid you good night, it is until next time, best of luck to you and yours. Go Niners, and it's all fun and games until you butt fumble. Good night, folks.
Do you remember the time that Mark Sanchez ran into his own player's butt? That was funny sport.
Thank you for having me on the show, man. I love the F.A.N show.